Oh, hello, people. My name is Kale Boss. The only boss. Oh, wait, what else? Have you heard? Wait, do you know that Tap Tap Send is live in Texas? Oh, you didn't know? We went to New York. Now we are live in Texas. So people in Texas and around, all you have to do is to download Tap Tap Send. Yes, Tap Tap Send has become the most unique, secure, and fast way of sending money across the world to your loved ones anywhere. Okay, so download Tap Tap Send on Google Play Store or App Store. And when you're in Texas or around, you just have to put in the code TXGH. What did I say? TXGH, and you get $10 for your first transaction you make. Mahama media, Texas, you drew very soon we'll conquer everywhere. Download Tap Tap Send now on Google Play and App Store. Tap Tap Send, it's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Check it. Green select glucometer. Check it. Put sugar level for check it. Check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
We are back from the weekend here on Sammy Flex TV Showbiz Daily. And you know, when we come back like this, it feels so refreshing to know that all the days that we were away, taking some rest, moving in and out of town, and coming back to give you all that you have also missed. And also many people miss this when we go for the weekend. So when we come, it is just right that we come sit down to revive what we have built here on Showbiz Daily. So guys, once again, special thanks to you for being a part of it. Production people, Digital Rasta, Called Currency, handling our camera for us, Richie Flex, editor director of the show. And of course, here in the studio, I have my two-man squad for us to rock. Roland Amate is also back from the weekend. He's gone through a lot over the week.
I can imagine.
He's gone through a lot,
but I can
you
imagine.
could feel it, yeah. Jemo, which one are you talking about, though? I know what Jamo is talking about, but unfortunately, that's not what I'm even talking about. Yeah, so he's also back, and like I said, he's going through a lot this weekend, but not what Chemo is thinking, though. And of course, in Team Dodi Solomon, Chemo is also here. And we have some of the weekend activities, some happenings filed up for us to do a review on them. So if you are watching us, we welcome you. If it is your first time here, remember this is called Showbiz Daily. It is the only online discussion platform where we sit to discuss some of the relevant issues and the pertinent issues in our showbiz space. My name is Sammy Flex. You are part of this show. So remember to also drop your comments in the comment section whilst we stream to you. And again, you can also share the link with your friends, family, loved ones, like minds, entertainment, news consumers, and more. Subscribe to us. That is also one major thing that I want you to do. Tap Tap Send is here. So if you're watching us and you want to send money from abroad to Ghana, one platform to use is Tap Tap Send. Use it today and thank me later. This is how it is done. Now let's go straight to some of the issues running around and let's see how we can handle them. First, I want us to look at UTV's letter, or better still, NPP's letter that they sent to UTV about their United Showbiz program. I see myself in there because one, I have been producing shows. I I have been inviting other panel members to come speak on various topics on the issues that I discuss. So I'm just here thinking that if someone feels the kind of topics I treat on my show, they don't go to his favor, can they just write a letter to me to tell me what to do? Or maybe it is in their right to also do that. And really and truly, to those who have been following the show, not only my people, so to those who have been following the show, is it true that United Showbiz is a little NDC biased? Is that the case? Go through it. You guys have been watching more. Is that the case? So it means is their observation right? These and many more are the answers I'm looking for as much as this topic is concerned. So first, let's read their letter, and Richie Flex will surely introduce the letter on the screen for us to read. Richie, if you can zoom in, so I will read from your screen. It says, Reform United Showbiz Program. So it's an order. Reform United Showbiz Program. It says, I trust this message finds you well. I have been directed by the leadership of the New Patriotic Party to draw your attention to some recent observations we have made regarding the primetime program United Showbiz. Currently, United Showbiz appears to be operating as a platform that serves the interests of the opposition, National Democratic Congress. It is evident to any discerning viewer who has followed the program in recent weeks that its content has significantly deviated from its original purpose and relevance. The program now frequently features intemperate language, unconstructive rants, and outright insults directed at the presidency by panelists. This has become a recurring pattern that raises the question of whether the show has inadvertently transitioned into a political talk show. If such a transformation is indeed the case, it is imperative to address the imbalance in representation, granting the New Patriotic Party a fair and equitable platform to ensure objectivity, fairness, and equity. In upholding your station's duty of care towards the public, it is incumbent upon the management to facilitate equal representation rather than turning a blind eye to this issue. A thriving democracy thrives on diverse viewpoints to propose and debate policies. While we, in the NPP, welcome a mature conversation about the economy and its related challenges, we cannot condone the erosion of public discourse to such a lamentable level. This is not merely a matter of politics or criticism. And I'm sure we can go on to page 2 to read the next one. And it says, it pertains to maintaining respect for the presidency and a sense of responsibility toward one another. The United Showbiz program has in recent times witnessed an unwarranted surge in disparaging comments targeted at the president, which has raised concerns among a section of the populace. The program subjected the Vice President Dr. Bawumia to ridicule and criticism in the last few episodes. Prior to that, the program targeted our Ashanti Regional Chairman Wuntumi. The manner in which these individuals were treated, often without a fair chance for rebuttal, raises questions about the program's intentions, giving the impression that it has metamorphosed into a political talk show. It is disheartening that this program has strayed from its intended path and ventured into the realm of a political and propaganda tool masquerading as an entertainment show. The sudden departure from the established norms of television entertainment is puzzling, given the global television landscape where popular shows have refrained from entangling themselves in political matters. Thank you for your anticipated cooperation and consideration. A letter signed by Mr. Williams Yamua, who is the Director, Finance and Administration. Now, Finance and Administration, they got letter from me. He's the Director of Finance and Administration at the NPP. What happened to their communications department?
And he copied the CEO
of Despite Media,
the
owner of Despite Media, executive producer of Despite Media. Well, maybe his observation is solid. Maybe he has a point in what he's saying, but let me listen to my people. And I know you have been watching. So many people who watch us here, you guys have been watching them as well. Is what the man Yamua is saying right? Is it true that some people are metamorphosing the show into a political show, into an entertainment show? Jamu has been watching sometimes. Jamu,
Yeah.
let me start this with you. You've been following sometimes as well.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so first of all, I think I don't want to use bad word, but
Bad comment.
yes, it's like I want to say something that I wish I have a better word to say.
Jamu, say it.
Let me. Okay, there's no sense in what he's putting out, and the reason is simple. He is targeting UTV, United Showbiz in particular, but the irony of it is that there are a lot of shows that NPP people or other platforms that only NPP people speak. Only NPP people have the platform to say whatever they have to say. So for you to turn around and look at somebody's show and complain that it's not balanced or fair, I mean the irony of the whole thing. You can he can state whatever he wanted to say without trying to say that we need a fair balance. I mean, that's where he lost me.
Okay.
I mean, it's like you now, you are not coming with a fair mind. You are not coming with fair criticism. You just want a representation in a certain way. That's why you are complaining.
Okay.
Because you have not complained about what happens on Netu. You are not complaining about that.
No, for Netu, he thinks it is a political show, so...
Yeah, but there's no fair representation there.
Okay.
And who define political show and what is not political show?
Your United Showbiz is an entertainment program.
And you think they don't have any right to talk about politics?
Then you bring NPP.
No, that's where I wanted to say stupidity, but I'm not saying it. That's where the stupidity comes in. Yes, but I won't say it. Yes, I won't say it. That's where the problem comes. You see, you are now going to decide what show and what people that they should invite. Yeah, let me put it that way. In fact, they can call it an entertainment show and only talk about politics. It's none of your business. They are doing business.
True.
They are doing what people will watch for them to get advertisers and make money. So they don't care about your feeling or your party. If you think what they are doing is not fair, you to open a TV station, bring your people there to counter whatever that they say. You are writing, you are instructing them to do what? That if it is a political show, they should call your people. What about your people at some point in time said that they won't go to a certain program because they think they won't get fair chance to speak? What about that one? So they will call you today, tomorrow you say the way you speak, you are not allowing our people to speak, so we won't come again. And then what would they do? I think that there's no sense in writing a letter like this. You can write to complain that, well, I think what you are doing is against my party. That's what I've observed. I think it would make sense than saying that reform it or bring our people in. You are instructing them. That's wrong. I mean, the show that we do here, we have people out there or watching us who are not happy about certain things that we say. Yeah. And sometimes, yes, they even say their own and even insult us and all that. That's what it is. And we will take it like that. We are not happy with them insulting or whatever, but that's their opinion or that's what they are seeing. You can go the same direction and talk about not happy, being biased against us and all that. But for him to bring our people on, if it is a political show, let's come in. Who are you to define the kind of show that they are doing or how they should do it? Yeah. Who are you? Finance and what? Administrative officer. Who are you to tell UTV how they should run their program? You can criticize them. You can just come out with your observation, something that you are not happy about, and nobody will worry so much about it because that's your observation. But he was trying to instruct them what to do and
bring a fair
representation.
So it means you have to go and bring someone who is also a pro NPP.
Yes.
To come and sit on the panel.
And even if the person will not serve the purpose of the station.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Whether that person is fit or
not. Because you want the representation there. So I think I think there's a wrong letter to even bring out because it has also come in a form of intimidation. Because in the letter he said that our party people are not happy and they have instructed me to do this, and we know that your party people are in charge of this country.
True.
So there's that threatening undertone. It's like you are threatening them. If you don't do what we want, something may happen or we may do something. That's why I'm saying that there's no sense in coming out with a letter like this, and he was trying to preach democracy, but he wasn't come in any way trying to be democratic. I think it's a wrong letter and we should just treat it with contempt that it deserves.
Well, if you just joined us, we are still watching the letter written by the New Patriotic Party to the guys and producers of United Showbiz via UTV, where the party thinks that they are not representing them well and that most of their topics are even damaging to their party's brand and image. As it stands now, I'm asking, as Showbiz people, when we come across some of these challenges, how do we handle them? And Roland will speak next.
Sammy, as a media platform, because you are doing this for the masses, the masses also have every right to give their feedbacks.
And they are always with us.
And yes, because they are always with us, they will always give their
power to the people.
They will give their feedbacks and all that. And sometimes there are some that will be good. Like when some of the feedbacks will be good, and when you implement them, it is going to help improve the platform. Others also, yes, because they find themselves at the other end, the receiving end of the information. Definitely they will bring it, but it is not all feedbacks or all observations that will be good for the platform. And I believe this is one of them. If you ask me, I don't know whether to call the letter bogus or not, because you see,
but the letter is addressing a specific issue.
Exactly.
So why do you want to call it bogus?
That's why I'm saying I don't know whether to call it bogus or not, because
don't say it.
I will not say it, because you see, some of the observations that they pointed out in the letter are things that others may agree with or would agree with. You understand? But the how they want how they want their request to be implemented is where the problem is. It's what makes that the whole letter. That's how they want their observations to be implemented on the platform. It's what negates their observation.
So they didn't come with that good intention.
Okay.
Like
or better still, they didn't come with a solution in mind.
Exactly.
They just came to complain.
They did not.
No, they wanted their way.
They wanted their way. They just. It is about being selfish, if you ask me. Because if they are even preaching about democracy, and they think that the purpose or the panel on the platform are serving, that is the NDC, because they were specific that they are serving the NDC agenda, and the New Patriotic Party would want a fair representation, therefore even preaching democracy, and they want their people to come to be also invited onto the platform, and they are preaching democracy, then they are also being selfish like the NDC people, if that observation is true. Because if you are preaching democracy, then definitely this letter shouldn't have even been addressed by to only NPP people. But say, okay, since you have more NDC, why don't you invite CPP, PPP, whoever or any other party together with us to also have a fair representation? But rather selfishly, they are only preaching about they and they only, not regarding what the other parties would also feel.
Yeah.
And that to me, I feel is selfishness, because as you see, the way they would want to mix the governance with their political party is what also makes it very laughable. Because if you ask me, after a political party wins power, it now moves from being serving a specific or a group of people's agenda to a national agenda.
True.
So if people are attacking the presidency, know that you as a political party now is, yes, you may, it is your party that is in power though, but if they are attacking the presidency, they are not attacking your party. It is just indirect ones, stray bullets that you people may catch because you are the ones, like the government was gotten from your party.
Yeah.
So as for those ones, yeah, you will get it. But majority of the fire would not come to NPP. It will rather go to the sitting government.
Okay.
And the moment they assume those office, we don't see them as NPP again. We see them as managers of a country. So if they still want to say, okay, because shots are being directed at the presidency, they are peeved, then it means they want to tell us that they are the ones really controlling the presidency. The political party is controlling the presidency. Therefore, the presidency is serving a political agenda than a national agenda. That's what they want to say.
I see.
So what their observations may be right, especially if you find yourself in their quarters, but it doesn't mean that, okay, the moment you observe something and you want them to serve your agenda, that is the solution. No. If it is about what you want, do you know how many people would wish their people would go on that platform? So many quarters. He is even you see the observation also about the fact that an entertainment show is now painting a political picture.
Metamorphosing into
it's metamorphosing into a political, how do you call it, show. It's what I also find it laughable, because as far as I'm concerned, when it is time for campaigns, these politicians, if not for anything at all,
go and
seek the service of the entertainers, of the people in the entertainment industry. So you think that the people that you call them for service do not have the right to criticize you? Then what level of hypocrisy is this?
I can even predict a candidate will go and sit on that show. Before election 2020.
A plus has declared that he'll be going for independence. Now he's
a candidate.
Yes, he's a candidate himself.
But let's be critical. Let's look at some things. On the show, there is Anola Michael, who is really an NDC guy.
Yeah.
There is Bulldog, who is also an NDC guy. And there is A plus, who is not a friend to the ruling government.
That you can't say.
Let's take it like that.
And all these people, anytime there is any political topic, we know their direction.
Okay.
So if you are an observer as a member of the other party, wouldn't you think how they are thinking?
Okay. Were they brought there because of their political affiliation? No. Yes, so it defeats whatever you have to say. Because at any point
they are also suggesting that can we get someone else?
They are not suggesting, they are instructing them.
The heading of their letter is reform.
They are instructing.
It was just a straightforward directive.
And again, even
it wasn't even a plea or a request.
Let's take ourselves for example. Even as we sit here, we may have our political affiliation or some people that we sympathize with. Because of that, should you just bring anybody at all because maybe the way we talk here we favor a certain political party? Will you do that?
No,
you will consider the competence and why we are here, regardless of our affiliations.
The party won't be the first thing.
Yes, of course.
And if that is not even the base of this particular platform, definitely it wouldn't be the first thing to consider, unless it is a true and true political show. And since it is not a true and true political show, the first thing that will come to mind, even in selecting a panel, would be people who are vested in entertainment.
Yeah.
And that is their mode of selection. So if you have any other observation or you have any other request that you would want them to do, it should be in the form of a plea, not a direct command. Because I'm asking myself, okay, the people
when Nana know they get command.
The people that they are bringing to, or they always bring to the platform, whom you are tagging as pro NDC people, do you know who paid them?
Which is factual too.
Do you know who pays them?
The TV station pays them for their job there. Yeah.
Exactly. So since you want one of your members to be added to that particular platform, who is going to pay that person? So far, you've not made any provisions as far as those avenues are also concerned.
Those angles are concerned.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just want what you want to be done for you to be done, and that is selfish.
Well, unfortunately, it looks like NPP won't win this particular letter war because, as it stands now, I know the letter has been published online. I don't know whether it was leaked or it was originally meant to be put out. The people who are discussing it, not many of them are happy with how the political party would want the issue to be resolved. They think the posture of the political party is a little worrying, and that they can come begging more than coming like, yeah, we rule the land. When Nana know they we get command, so we are coming to do our thing. That is also another thing. But I also think for real, for some time, the platform has been imbalanced when it comes to political conversations. Anytime there is one like that, we all know the direction that they will go. So for them, the observation seems right, but the solution is the problem. I'm sure that is the observation seems right, but the solution is the problem. So we will see how best we can help them to get this solution as well. Now,
they won't get anything. They should go and create their own platform and not counter.
I saw one guy's comment on YouTube that says every artist gets one person doing YouTube for him.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
The way Sammy Flex is doing for Shatta Wale, every artist should get one person like that.
Exactly.
It is not done like that. Don't see him like that.
So it's not easy like that.
Don't see him like that. If you see him like that, you know, we'll see him like that. Well, so it is what it is. Now, let's move on to another interesting story. Remember the Stonebwoy Shatta Wale stadium date and booking clash? I have realized something so interesting as to how the industry, both young and old, newcomers and oldcomers, are discussing it. When you go to some platforms, while they are being objective with the issues and handling it and going at it the way it should be done, elsewhere, it looks like some people also have their own mindset on how they want this particular thing to go. And I have come across some two videos, one from Tilly, Akua Nipaa on Peace FM, and another on United Showbiz, once again the troubled show on UTV, and that came from Bulldog. Now these are industry people who are sitting on relevant platforms to discuss these issues. Let's go for videos of how they handle the matter, and when I come back with my people in the studio, we also look at whether the industry, pundits, radio, TV, online, whether they have handled this particular case well. The case involving Shatta Wale and Stonebwoy over their stadium booking. Let's go for these videos. When I come back, we'll be talking.
Okay.
Metie sites ni nyina etie third party na mpese me
Okay.
Metie sites ni nyina etie third party na mpese me make you sure only woman kasa no the PRO for the sports authority no obisan or can we say usually on events the organizers have 2 days to set up and 2 days to tear.
Yeah.
Now me patron say oh yes our calculation now we first say the 2 days fenchem sa if Stonebwoy show is 22nd and he has 2 days to tear down which is 23rd and 24th which 2 days does Shatta Wale have to set up?
Okay.
What you are saying? So maybe conversation and person me having the same. The NSA ideally say me by event I don't have to go and talk to the next person before me or after me because what I venue near would be bookie. And if there is a directive that I have to come to a certain compromise with somebody, then it means that you are very aware say a certain discomfort will be caused to one person, which is why there is a certain compromise being called for. Because they didn't even have to know each other in this issue. But there is a reason they have to sit down and come to a certain compromise because the NSA is fully aware that somebody's tear down time is going to eat into somebody's setup time. And it's not something Shatta Wale pass now or say it will cause discomfort. It's not true. It is there because really, if they had ample time to set up, NSA they don't have to meet.
Where a business, they don't have to meet. Moving on, now moving on. We are trying to grow the industry. None of them is trying to grow the industry. Everybody is doing a very selfish agenda right now. That is the truth. Because if really it's about the industry, put on fast say NSA phone or manual or due diligence. What is stopping the two of them to come to a compromise? At this point, I don't think it's about any logistics. It's about two people's ego. Let me finish, I beg you. It is about two people, our ego, play, asan. It is not because logistics for now more kind of Frankie space conversation baby assistant already also. Because this your follower from Twitter space up until now. I'm more agree say Frankie the way you say Frankie to say meet me aye. Mo say yempene. You are saying that it's about building the industry. Who does it benefit that one event is dropping out? Maybe it's Stone for who does it benefit? It benefits just them. And Shatta Wale so one penal. Who does it benefit that Stonebwoy show is cancelled? Just Shatta Wale. So it's not about the industry now and more building. If it was, you would have found a compromising ground. None of you is. We are doing this. Egos now they clashing now, and it will be a Sam. And Chief Styles. I think this is the third time I'm seeing all Casa same way in that stone. I think maybe that he hasn't been drawn to it. I want to draw his attention to it. And or Casa will say we are not afraid where we are from. Boss, that is not a sign of peace. If you want to speak asamaba, say the events na mokoye and your private event and money mobusia for penekwe in a very enclosed area. Nipaa beba, people from different places. Yes, there will be security in place, but there are other people involved, which are the patrons, the fans. Now you say you are doing this for now. Until where we from, and you be an who are doing our betimia are protecting where we from. Until if it is a conversation of peace, that is not the tone to assume where we from. We will not fear. As I said, it is just a matter of ego. Ye betimia ye, maybe a trend say betimia ye where we from. We know the fear Ghana and you be adia. That is not a peaceful tone. And it's all bit desist from where you from now, because where you from no event, you are not doing it for fighters, so you are doing it for music lovers. And you claim you are doing it for the fans. And it's that tone of where we from no, and you know they need and more beer was our industry in immunity. That they no obey desist on this system from it. And I think Ghanaian artists they don't learn. It's as simple as ABC. I'm not going to mince my words. Both of them don't learn. How do you you have both of you, Shatta Wale, you have done international shows before. Stonebwoy, international shows, why you da? How does an artist saying an artist in the management team and announce a venue, any event, without doing the necessary payments? How do you do that? Just like an event, the first night I was somewhere, say, events ground, maybe I'm more here. And then I settled that we team announce say any other. It's like then put a panel was an international show somewhere. How do you announce an event? Who come settle for venue? How do you do that? But I pan see when this one are they saying me far from Shatta Wale side because me know my 2 years prior to know it go happen. Meanwhile, you haven't paid a 5-year term. Say every year I'll do. So can somebody just say an event organizer just wake up and say because I've done this show with Shatta Wale for 2 years, it means that I can announce him without paying or without doing the contract and paying him first. Simply because I've used Shatta Wale before until I can just announce him.
I think Stonebwoy's response. I mean, the only thing I'm going to say is I think the bad blood is too much. You know, the bad blood amongst us as entertainment people, no? And yet, because the thing here is, Mabuku Stadium several times the Ayejuma. Maybe in the past, what they did was they'll give you, so Ubuki 1 day, they'll give you an extra half day to do your setup. So it's 24 hours, or maybe 12 hours to do a setup. You know, name almost regulations they say. You understand? So you're allowed to come in 12 hours before your main setup so that you can do your setup, go through your sound check, BBR, then now you can go ahead and do your show. If that regulation still stands, then there's no need for all the things that we had. You know, and I think we are in an era where Adiena Sisa Kakra, and I'm a Casa Adiena Sisa, Sa Ntokwa ne Kasa no. Emboa. I commend Stonebwoy for behaving like maturely, you know, in the process, because uti kasana Shatta Wale se Stonebwoy sube kasa the same way Emboa. You know, so Shatta Wale I catch and like some of these things are needless. Yes, ABR who feel some way. Yeah, you have a right to feel that way, but communicating same sometimes and say share, you know, and you know kika be brave woman over to me the asema bread on one. You understand, you know, it was pointless. You could have stated your case without saying all the things. Yeah, it's tiring sometimes. What I say, that we sit and engage in some of these things, especially in 2023.
Well, so that was Bulldog also. Earlier we listened to Tilly, Akua, Nipaa, and I'm saying this is how, or a sample of how some industry people discussed the Shatta Wale Stonebwoy saga. And I want to ask my people, maybe they have also listened to other platforms or other sources, and based on what we have heard from these people, what do we think? What is our reaction to the industry and how they are discussing the story?
Some of the comments I wouldn't fault them so much. Some are from an ignorant point of view, whilst others are also from a little experience. But then the information that you see them speak is out of the bits and pieces of the scanty information scattered online. Some of them are also born out of ignorance, the fact that they have no idea of what they are even talking about. Some people have no, like you listen to
you get it. There's a standard to everything. How does two big events like this in Ghana announce a date without making payments?
Okay.
As I said, it's not about ego, because if it's about the industry and they know, if they agree that two events happening in that time